Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Jackie Cox coming to you with ACE Community, which is adventure, creativity, and enjoyment. And we are here today with Therese Revitte, and I am super excited to have her as one of our upcoming speakers for our ACE Community meeting on Wednesday, January 7th. Oh my gosh, we're going to flip the calendar here pretty soon to 2026. So, Therese is going to be sharing with us about her version of nutrition and what that looks like for self-care for you as well. And so, I'm here to introduce Therese really quick, and then we're going to have a great conversation. So, Therese is a functional nutrition therapist and board certified in holistic nutrition. She lives in the Denver area where she runs her practice, Live Bright Nutrition Therapy. Teresa's Teresa's journey into the holistic nutrition field included her own journey with autoimmunity, which led her to learn as much as she could about nutrition and lifestyle can heal and how lifestyle can heal the body. She specializes in digestive health, autoimmunity, inflammation, and hormone health, which, if you're friends with me, we all need that. We're all at that age now, friends. She is passionate about teaching women how to restore and maintain their best health through customized nutrition and lifestyle strategies, and offers personal guidance, accountability, and partnership. Her motto is when you give the body what it needs, it will respond and heal, it will respond and thrive. So, Therese, thanks for coming with us today. Really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. This is fun.
Yes, absolutely. So Teresa and I met at a women's networking group in Parker and stayed connected. And I love Teresa. I mean, Teresa, you were so great about following up with being able to speak for our group. And I think it's so important talking about health, wellness, mental, nutrition, physical, all of it. And especially as we go into January, coming off the holidays where we probably overindulged a little bit. So tell me, I mean, how did you truly get started in this? I know it mentioned you have an autoimmunity yourself, but what led to, this type of practice?
Well, this is a second career for me. I had a whole another corporate career before this happened. And then I had my kids and became a stay-at-home mom. And I can't say I was really good at it. I needed a lot of mental stimulation. And so I was looking for something there. But when my youngest was about 15 months old, I came down with an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
And it was it affected every day. It was
Oh,
a really difficult thing to deal with. And fortunately for me, it was one of those that kind of burns itself out
right.
after a few years. But during that time, it was just difficult. And so also during that time, when I mentioned the mental thing,
Yeah.
someone suggested to me that I become a master gardener
Oh,
through
nice.
CSU. Yeah, yeah. So you take classes and then you can do volunteer work, and it was just what I needed. And I would bring the kids along with me when I was doing the volunteering. But what that did was open up my learning process for doing organic food gardening, and
Oh,
we would
that's
have
amazing.
we would have a food demonstration garden in Greenwood Village that would produce like 1,200 pounds of produce
Oh,
each year, and we would donate that to food pantries and stuff. And then I started a community garden in our neighborhood, which is
oh,
still going on. This
that's
was
awesome.
many years now. Still, I had that going on, and then I also joined a foodie book club,
That's great.
and this was a group of women who got together and read books about foodie stuff, but also we learned about how broken our food system is,
Oh, without
and
question.
yeah, and without and our agricultural system as well, and obviously that kind of can tie into the pharmaceutical, big pharma and stuff.
Yep.
So I started getting a little bit angry about that whole thing, and I was
Sure.
starting to make connections about how that and the food that we are told is healthy and is not, or okay and is not, affects people's health, like my own, creating
Yeah.
the situation where I ended up with the autoimmune disease. And
Mm-hmm.
so during that process of reading all that, I ran across Nutrition Therapy Institute, and I looked at their website and went, wow, that is what I got to do next as a
Nice.
second career. And so it launched this business, and I learned a lot. My husband got an autoimmune disease as well during that time. And so
Oh,
I learned about functional medicine and that arena and how that can help alongside, your conventional doctors. These two work really well together.
yeah.
Um, and then through that process of learning about functional medicine, I realized that I could learn functional nutrition,
Hmm.
which basically what functional means is that you're looking at the root causes, not just putting a pill on something and dealing with the symptoms. You're actually looking under the surface and trying to figure out what's causing, for say autoimmunity, gut
Mhm.
health, inflammation, all that stuff's going on under the surface. So I learned how to give people tests so I could see very individualized results of what's going on in their system. And so that's kind of the special sauce of what I do. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's all led up to where I am now with my own practice and
Yeah.
individual
That-
clients and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. So what is the best way that you have worked with your clients? Do you work with them mostly one-on-one, or is it in group, or what's kind of the pattern for you?
That's a moving target. I mean, I really love the one on ones because that's where we can do the deepest dive, the most
Sure.
individualized attention, and customized protocols. I give people an action plan that covers the whole holistic realm. So we've got just nutrition and sleep and stress management, and are people connected with others, getting that one, time with each other because that's so important.
Hmm.
Are they getting out in nature? So we're looking at all of those things going
Yeah.
on, and I love that. But in terms of getting myself out there and seeing, so that I can have more one-on-ones, I am doing stuff like what we're doing,
Yeah.
speaking engagements and webinars and workshops and things like that. I'll tell you in a minute, but I'm getting ready to do a challenge. Um,
Awesome. Awesome. And
yeah.
so what do your clients say to you when they come to you? When it comes to, I mean, are you typically, let me rephrase this. People are more and more aware of what nutrition is and how it affects our gut, our mind, all of our internal health as well. And so, do people typically come to you because they've been frustrated by traditional healthcare, or are they coming to you because they feel like they need more of a holistic approach and this is a really good fit for them?
Well, yes to both of those.
Okay.
Um, I end up with people who are dealing with a set of symptoms and they may not have a diagnosis yet. So it could be that they have digestive issues, that they have um, uh, fatigue and brain fog, concentration problems. They might have skin issues like rosacea or
Mhm.
eczema or something like that. They might have joint pain, or they may come to me with a diagnosis that complementary therapies like mine, in
Mhm.
addition to whatever conventional medicine they're using, they complement each other and they're open minded to doing
Mhm.
something that's not just basic conventional medicine.
Ah,
So, nutrition, lifestyle. So that could be somebody with autoimmunity, somebody with
sure.
IBS, osteoporosis. That's
Uh-huh.
actually a nutrition thing, believe it or not.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah. Or I get the person whose blood tests are trending in the wrong direction. So their blood sugar is
Okay.
going up, their cholesterol is going up. And so we work on the foundational items for them. So
Gotcha.
those are the type of people I tend to see.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I know that I mentioned even in the bio, I mean, I'm not trying to make light of it, but you talk about hormone health as well. I mean, I feel like hormone health is something that people are willing to talk about a little bit more. Honestly, being truly transparent, I didn't, up until about 5 years ago, I never had heard the word perimenopause. But I guess maybe because of age, maybe it just didn't catch up with me. But I had never heard that word, not from my mom, not from anyone. And so I think more and more people are talking about hormone health, which is good, especially in women's
Yes.
hormones. And as you go through perimenopause and get ourselves to menopause, I think it is good that people are talking about it more. So how do you kind of help people bring that forward to you a little bit more because it seems like people are willing to share a bit about that.
Yeah. The type of client that I have that's dealing with perimenopause are usually coming to me because they're starting to get that pooch around the middle.
Sure.
They're having a little harder time dealing with their weight. The beautiful thing, I guess, about perimenopause and then menopause beyond that is lifestyle and nutrition
Sure.
um, play such an enormous role. The problem is it's that time of life where we are so busy, right? We've got
Sure.
kids usually, obligations, you know, you're in the middle of a career, and then
Sure.
sometimes you've got elder care issues going on with your parents or someone
Sure.
else in the family. And so you are just bombarded with things that can overload your plate, give you a lot of stress and stuff. And those are the things that make perimenopause so much worse. And so that really is the time to slow down and
Yeah.
pay attention to those foundational items of taking care of yourself and the self care that we're going to talk about
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a big deal. And we do talk about it, just
Yeah.
depending on why they come to me. But even if they come to me for digestive health or something like that,
Sure.
we're still talking about those things that are going to help through perimenopause and beyond.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. So thank you for bringing that up. You have a title talk called Smart Self-Care for Real Life. Let's talk about that a little bit. What are some things you're going to be sharing with that? Let's get a little preview for the next couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. Well, given the time frame that we're going to be working in,
Yeah,
I mean, this could be like a half day project, right?
correct.
But what we're going to be talking about is how to schedule your day. I mean, there's the weekend warriors with self care. You know, they'll do
Ah, yes.
something half day on Saturday that's self care, and we're going to do it. Um, but what I'm going to be talking about is daily setting up your day so that you can get little bits of self care in all day long
Hmm.
so that you don't get during the week, if you're a person who works those Monday through Friday, you don't get so high stress and
Right.
overloaded that you have to do a weekend warrior just to calm yourself down.
Ah,
So, yeah, so we'll be talking about how to set up your schedule to make sure you're getting that in. I'm going to talk about the 5 things I think are most important with diet to keep you in that kind of self care, uh, low and slow vibration,
good.
so you're not
Nice.
like up here all the time.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about sleep,
Ah,
because sleep is super important. And
right.
I can't tell you how many women, especially that I've talked to, who are waking up in the middle of the night or they're too wound up to go to sleep, and then they
Yeah.
wake up exhausted because they haven't gone to sleep at a good time.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll just talk about, you know, good hygiene, sleep hygiene tips
Good.
to set yourself up for success.
Good, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and again, self-care is one of those words that's made such a shift in the last 10 years too. I mean, it's first of all, it's not selfish.
No, you're right.
People need to remember that. It's not selfish, it's necessary.
Yes.
It's the whole, oxygen mask on yourself first before you help others, right? You have to
Yep.
take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to you're never going to be able to give what you need to for others as well then. So I love
Right.
that word has shifted. I love that it has gone deeper too in the space of what self-care looks like. Sleep being number one, nutrition
Oh, yeah.
and, good body health and body awareness and it's beyond some of the vanity things, which are fine. If that's what you do to make yourself feel good, that's amazing. The mani pedis, things like that, that's awesome. Also, let's go a little bit deeper than that
Yeah.
as well, of what does it look like to just sit and relax and have a book and not have that guilt holding over you or whatever. So I think
Yeah.
that it's so important and so great that self-care has really started to make a shift towards it's very necessary and very well deserved.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. And you're
Yeah.
right, it's going to look different for everybody.
Yeah.
But let's get those deeper. places taken care of, and then you can do, like you said, the mani pedis, or if you like
Yeah.
massage. Um, yeah. So what I mean, our goal is to keep your nervous system in a place that's what we call the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest,
Okay.
digest, and relax state. Because we're really
Nice.
supposed to be in that state 90% of the time. And
Oh,
you tell
wow.
me what your day is like. Is it is your the opposite is the sympathetic fight or flight or freeze? Are you in that state more than 10%? Then
Yeah, sure.
this talk is for you, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't feel like I am personally. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good balance in my life of, knowing when to, I mean, fitness has become a huge piece of, it always has been for me, but it's really in this last year and a half is real. I've really stepped it up from the level of fitness because it just helps me feel good overall. If I start with my fitness, then I feel like I'm not as, my brain is clearer and my attitude is much better. My everything just flows in a much better way when I get my workout in. And so now I'm at that point, which I can't say I've always been. And it's
Yeah.
so now that's I feel really good about that for me personally. I feel in that sense I do feel pretty balanced. I probably could improve my sleep habits. Nobody's perfect. It's not,
No.
this isn't what balance looks like. This is what balance looks like.
Yeah, and we're trying to keep it from being really roller
Yeah, we
coastery
don't
and
want up here or down here. We want this
right.
nice, flow in between here in the middle somewhere. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and
so
that fitness piece is so important for perimenopause as well.
yeah, yeah.
Fitness, movement, all of that. Yeah.
I mean, and I feel that too. I mean, I know I'm of age where I'm in it in that phase of perimenopause, which is fine. It's part of the life. It's part of the process.
Oh yeah.
But
There's no stopping it.
I also feel way better knowing that I'm kind of managing it through fitness. And, am I perfect at what I eat? Nope. I've indulged in
Nope.
cookies just like everyone else this
Oh
month.
sure, me too. Yeah.
So, but I love that we're going to be talking about this to help people find that balance a little bit more. So I think it's going
Yeah.
to be really, really good. Um,
Yeah.
so talk to me a little bit. You mentioned gardening. Do you talk to me a little bit about the gardening and then other things you like to do for fun that just kind of release yourself and release your brain and some of those things?
Yeah, I guess that's the creative side for me is,
Yeah, good.
yeah, being an organic food gardener, always, since my mom grew up on a farm and
Nice.
it's out by where the airport is now. But yeah, way, way back. And so she always had a garden. And then I would sit in the garden and do all the fun things and
Yay.
playing with bugs and all that. So yeah, it just kind of came with me, and it's just a natural progression that I'd still be doing it. And I have about 4 plots up at the community garden, and so
Nice.
it's a lot of time. There's some creativity. I get to grow what I want.
Yeah.
I grow things that most people don't grow, so that's
Oh,
exciting. It's exciting for me. It might not be for somebody
yeah.
else.
What types of things are unique to you then? Or that
Oh
you're
gosh,
doing?
I've tried. Well, I kind of try new things every year, and also I have my favorites every year. But when I started growing artichokes, that was pretty
Oh,
exciting for me. Sweet potatoes, those are usually down
oh,
south, but I've had some luck with that. Oh, I
good.
don't know. I literally grow like 35 things a year, so
Wow.
it's
That's
hard to
amazing.
go through the list. And if it's a common one, and it's going to be a different variety or a different shape or a different color or something like
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, so
That's
that's one of the things I love doing.
That's fun. That's fun. And so I I have two, unfortunately these thumbs are just they're not green at all. In fact, they're probably closer to the darker side of the, I'm gonna kill everything that I touch, which is not, I'm not proud of
No.
that. It is what it is. And it's so interesting because both of my grandmothers were amazing at gardening. One had a huge like vegetable garden and one had amazing flower garden where she was winning contests
Oh,
for her yard being so beautiful. And
awesome.
I just didn't get any of that. And I just sometimes it makes me sad, but I also say, so how do you get into a space of true enjoyment around that? Because I just don't really enjoy it. I know that it's so good for us because no, I mean, I know I grew up on a farm too. I know exactly where our food comes from and
Oh, good.
what it does for us.
Uh-huh.
So having said that, I appreciate the gardening and I appreciate like local produce and things like that. I just don't do it myself. So how do you find good
That's
inspiration around
okay.
that?
Oh, well, first off, I mean, you don't have to do it yourself. You can support your local farms, your CSAs, and
Sure.
farmers markets and stuff. So don't feel bad about not wanting to do it. How I get my inspiration. Okay, so that gardening is being outside for one thing.
Hmm.
Gardening is getting your hands in the dirt with
Sure.
all the
Yeah.
soil. Okay, here's the geeky part: the soil microbes and all that. That's
Yeah. That's
you
it's
get that
awesome.
on your skin, and that's a good thing.
Awesome.
Sweating, detoxing,
Yeah.
and the sun, getting your vitamin D.
Of
There's
course.
just so many benefits, and then it's also just getting away from the grind. So
Sure.
the hours that you spend out there. I remember reading something one time. It's like you go into the garden at the speed of a man, and then you leave the garden at the speed of a plant. And so it really
Interesting.
slows you down, right? So it's just
Hmm.
very relaxing. So, I
That's
mean,
an interesting analogy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's true. If you're up there long enough,
Yeah.
you just kind of walk out of there going, yeah,
That's
I'm
amazing.
good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's probably why, I mean, both my grandmothers, my one lived to be 92 and she just was in it all the time. I mean, selling her pumpkins and vegetables all year round, type of thing. And so it was just
She
really
was selling them. Good for her.
yeah, yeah. They were down in Yuma, Arizona for a while, and they would grow most of their stuff in North Dakota, and then they'd start making their way south, and they'd kind of stop and at these little flea markets or farmers markets or whatever, and they would just sell their produce out of their truck.
That's fabulous. I love
I
stories
know. And it
like
was
that. Yeah.
and for her it was truly because she loved it and it helped her, it helped her bring some nickels to the casino is what she always told us.
That's great. I love that.
So, so yeah, she was definitely an inspiration. It's just I don't have that love, which I kind of wish I do because you just mentioned it. There are so many benefits to being out in the garden and being with live plants and things like that that are it's so beneficial. I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of us have more time than others. My kids are out of the house now, so I'm not trekking them around to soccer games and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah,
you got to kind of have the time for it. And
absolutely.
it'll be there when life slows down. It'll be there for you if you're interested in doing it.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. Well, this has been amazing. We are super excited to have you in a couple
Well,
weeks.
thank you.
Again, we're going to be on Wednesday, January 7th. We do our ACE community meets at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock from 4 to 6 p.m. And Therese will be there sharing her wisdom on self-care, smart self-care for real life. And Therese, what is the best way for people to connect with you?
Oh, good question. My website is livebrightnutrition.com,
Okay, sounds good. So I
spelled the normal way.
Yeah, okay. Livebrightnutrition.com. Um,
.com, and
yeah,
there's a button there for a free complimentary discovery call if you
great.
want to talk to me about something. That's probably the best way.
Okay.
Um,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic. Well, that's amazing. And thank you again for coming on with me today. And we're super excited to have you in a couple weeks, Wednesday,
yeah,
January 7th. And we're super excited to have you. So thank you so much.
I'm
I will get
excited to
this
be there.
posted in the comments of your website as well. And so everybody, take care of yourselves during this holiday. Don't let everything or everyone stress you out. It is, we're all going to get through it and we're going to get to January 1 and have a fresh start with our goals and our nutrition. And so I wish everybody a happy holiday week here. It's a Christmas week, it's a Hanukkah week. We're kind of in both right now. And so happy holidays to everybody. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. So thank you, everybody. Thanks, Therese.
See you soon.